am, hello, I am Terry M. Lee of terrymlee.com, and I'm about to do an interview with Pam Obasa, who has a fabulous um, 5-day challenge about getting clients on autopilot. I took it recently, and she is actually just fabulous. So I am going to bring her in. There it goes. There it goes. The technology gods are working with us.
We
Awesome.
we did
I
it.
can't. You know what? Let me see what I did. So I've got this extra mic on, which was not the smart thing. So let me. That's probably not going to work. Let me take this mic off, and hopefully I don't lose audio. All right. Say something now.
Oh, I'm here. I can hear you much
Okay.
better.
All right. So all my tech prep to have this high-end fancy mic, and it didn't dawn on me, hello, that I need to be able to hear you back. It's I'm gonna chalk it up that it's 5 o'clock in the morning here, and that's my excuse.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning, good
morning.
morning. I
5
think it's
a.m. Oh my
afternoon for
God.
you.
It is. It's 1 p.m. for me over here in London. Yes.
Okay. So I had just started to do like this quick introduction about the
Uh-huh.
wonderful Pam Obasa, who I
Oh,
stumbled upon doing a 5-day challenge. And I don't even think I've told you that I was interested in doing a challenge, and I saw your event, and I was like, you know what, I'll just join this. I have really no interest in the topic. I mean, I did and I didn't. And I said, I'll just learn to see how she does this 5-day challenge. And you blew my socks off. I am rarely impressed because I have taken so many marketing courses, and they've all been wonderful. Don't get me wrong. But you showed up in a way that I hadn't. I've only seen kind of one other person really show up, and you were on point. You nailed it, and just what really impressed me is, like, I swear I don't know how you did it, but it was as if you read every person's comments in the challenge and knew who they were, but also knew when they didn't turn in an assignment. So enough of me chit chatting. I'd like for you to tell the audience, like, what your challenge is about and what they're going to get from it.
wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Terry. And can I just say, if I woke up at 5 a.m. and looked as good as you, then I mean, life is good. I don't know how you can look that good at 5 a.m.
Thank you,
But
thank you.
But yes, the 5 day challenge. Thank you so much for those amazing compliments. It's really great to hear because it helps me to know what's going well and of course what I need to improve. So the challenge, yes, we're running it again. Yes, and the 5 day challenge is all about getting clients on autopilot, and it's for solopreneurs and small business owners and coaches, consultants, and anybody who is pretty much fed up of constantly having to chase after clients, constantly feel like they're being chained to social media. And if I don't post, then nobody sees my business. And if nobody sees my business, then they won't work with me or hire me or see my stuff or buy my stuff. It's for anybody who feels that way. And essentially, over 5 days, I give you the tools to help you get rid of that problem. And that's essentially how I have grown my business, by being able to have clients come to me and using specific steps. So over the 5 days, everybody who participates, and I'm sure you'd agree, pretty much nails certain areas of their business. And this is on the free level. It's not even anything you pay for, but I do my best to be very, very generous because why not? Life is all about giving. Yeah.
Right. I have to say that what I had heard about 5-day challenges and what I think separates you from what I have seen is that the 5-day challenges were more automated. And you
Yes.
do have automation, of course, but you showed up live. I swear it was like 60, 90 minutes. I was like, how is she on here
Yeah.
all this time
Yeah.
every day?
Yeah.
But you were engaging. You took questions ahead of time. You took them live. What
Yeah.
would you say maybe has been your feedback that you're getting about your challenge? Because
Oh my
I'm telling you,
gosh.
I was
Yeah.
very impressed.
Yeah, thank you. No, the feedback blew me away from day two. From day two, people started to post hashtag win. And I remember waking up ready to my phone was buzzing because, like you said, the task, a few things are automated so that everybody around the world gets them at the same time. So my phone is buzzing before I wake up because where you are, for example, you are way ahead and all of those things. And I wake up and all I'm seeing is just messages on Facebook from people posting, and I open it on all I'm seeing are hashtag win, I've nailed this, I've done this. And I cannot tell you, Terry, it just made me feel like, oh my God, this is incredible. This fulfills everything that I want my business to be all about. And that is about giving. That is about being there for people. And of course, I run a business. And of course, yes, I make an offer because that's what I do. And that's what you ought to do as a business. But I truly believe that when a business comes from the standpoint of, I'm going to give you, even if I am giving something away for free, it's going to be the best damn thing you get, to the point where you feel like, I ought to really have paid for your time, Pam. I really should have paid for this stuff. Like, it's got to be that good. So yeah, no, the feedback has been phenomenal. And I can't wait to do it again. Yeah.
Right. I would say, and we've talked about this since the challenge, that one of the things I wasn't expecting to get, like I knew was a problem in my business. And so I'll back up a little bit and say, for those that are watching, that I am really technical. My career has been in technology. And when I started the challenge, I was down one path and have since changed directions, or I should say pivot. And I'm still incorporating tech. But as much as I love my technology, tech doesn't convert. And I hope that anybody out there hears this, whether they do the challenge or not, really understand that. So as I have had my own clients, and I think sometimes we all do it. We believe that a particular platform is going to make or break the business, and it really doesn't. I mean, I've been using Kajabi, I've used WordPress, I've used different things. It's all about your comfort level and what you're willing to do in the business. And I recognize that. And so one of my biggest struggles has been with the messaging, because I'm very type A and I'm like, okay, you do this, and this, and let's just get it done. And that doesn't convert. I mean, then when I talk to people, they're like, oh my God, yes, I need you to do this work for me and help me move through it. But then we kind of hit this impasse of the messaging. Can you speak to that as far as how you address that in the challenge too?
Oh gosh, that is such a huge part of the challenge. In fact, it wasn't intentional. It was just something that I added, but it became a huge part of the wins that a lot of people walked away with. And when it was the hashtag win, it was, I nailed my messaging. And you're absolutely right. I think that a lot of people they hold on to a tool or a software, and they think this is the thing that is going to help me, reach 10K a month or six figures or whatever. And it isn't about the tool. It really is about the messaging within it. So on day 2 of the challenge, that's exactly what we focus on. And I teach what I call a baseline message, which is a 3-part messaging system, which is the big problem, the big solution, the big benefit. Now, this isn't all of your messaging, but this is your baseline. This is where you jump off from. And if you don't nail this, nothing else works. Your sales copy won't work. Your ads won't work. Your offers will fall off the rails. But once you get this right, and once you really nail it, everything comes out of it. You know exactly what to say, when to say it, because you have the foundation. So on day 2 of the challenge, we nail that foundation. And everybody who participates, a lot of people, have some really major aha moments where they shift. And some people are a little bit disturbed, yes, because they finally recognize, oh my goodness, I thought I had my messaging, but I didn't.
Yes.
Which is one of those things that happen to a lot of people. But ultimately, the challenge pushes you beyond your boundaries. So I would really say it's not for the faint-hearted, but as long as you have you have that struggle, you have a struggle, and you want to get rid of your lead generation issues, then then jump on, come on board, and take the challenge and do it wholeheartedly, because you will have some major wins over the 5 days.
Yes, because I can definitely say you lovingly hold people's feet to the fire, call them out. I mean, not in a bad way, but say, hey, I read what you posted. And here's my comments. And you're like, yeah, this doesn't really work. You need to do this, this, and this. And it really helped. Like, I wasn't expecting that level of support from you. I really wasn't.
Oh, wow.
And I was just kind of taken aback. I was like, oh, I better show up. I mean, if I wanted to get something out of it. I mean, of course, there's always somebody that's going to sit on the sidelines. But if you really want to make a difference, put in the effort. And free doesn't mean that it's not quality. This is quality. You had a workbook, a daily a task, and you show up on point, having read through and commented, as well as doing the live part of it. I can't say enough comments and nice accolades about it.
Thank you.
I wanted to speak to, yes, it's about getting the whole process is about getting your clients on autopilot. What would you say people that register will walk away with at the end of the 5 days?
at the end of the 5 days, what they walk away with, they walk away with a part of their system done. So their messaging will be done. They walk away with visibility, which is what we focus on day 5. Day 5 is quite big. That's when we, there are several tasks to get visible and to really break down those barriers, because your business has to be visible. And so that's one of the things that I want to help people to learn how to do it in the most efficient way possible. On day 3 and day 4, we work on that quick win, which a lot of people don't have in their business, that lead magnet. And, so you walk away knowing, okay, this is something that could start bringing me leads. And the purpose of day 5, which is the visibility, is that you actually start to bring in leads. Knowing from day 3 and 4, this is the quick win, this is what my lead magnet is going to be. Then on day 5, you go to town with that and start to invite people to grab that. So my desire, or rather my hopes, and the reason why I do this is so that by the end of the challenge, you already have leads queued up, waiting to grab this thing that you are going to create, this lead magnet, this quick win, which is a huge part of creating a lucrative sales system. It's a huge part of it.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out the kind of the right words for it. What would you say, and then this, what would you say sets, I mean, I know what I believe sets your challenge apart from other people in the industry. Can you speak to what maybe your feedback from other people or other people that have taken the challenge that would say Pam is different or awesome because of this?
Right. I can. I'd be interested to hear, what you think. But based on the feedback, the general feedback, I would say, people say Pam is awesome because she really cares. She really cares, and she really gives. And she's a woman of her word. She says, this is what you're going to get out of it. She goes to town to help you to achieve that. And I would say that, people would take away from it, or people would say that what sets this challenge apart is that it isn't just a freebie. It isn't just a free 5-day challenge. This is something that, this is better than a lot of paid courses, right? I would say that people would say that because they have said that, and it's a very heartwarming comment to have read, and something that really brings a smile to me. So it's better than some of the paid stuff that's out there, which makes me feel good.
Yeah, I think for me, what set you apart, and I've paid for courses, I've had some free stuff. It was two things. Yes, I will still say you just didn't show up for 10-15 minutes. You showed up for quite a while every day on the lives. But it was because it was obvious that you had read through every comment and had notes on it. It just wasn't somebody that had fed you information.
Yeah.
So I could tell you were a person of integrity. So it wasn't just a way to get a bunch of people on your list. That was part of your funnel, but I could tell you were just as hard on this free aspect of it, which is not, I don't even know how much time you spend behind the scenes. And anybody who does this type of work knows that, there's a lot that doesn't show up on camera. And so it was quite obvious that you had to have spent hours combing through the comments, had notes. And then when people are commenting, you knew who they were right away. I'm like, I could meet somebody on the street, I swear I forget their name 5 minutes. So to do that is just a God-given skill, is what I believe. But you knew who they were, what their problem was in their business, and could speak to them. And you worked through, as much as time would allow, a solution or another point for them to maybe re-examine what they were working on. And so to me, that really impressed me. And because of those answers, that dialogue via chat that you had, you could tell you knew what you were doing. I mean, this wasn't just like, okay, this is my beta group and I'm just kind of trying this. No, you had some skin in the game. You knew, you had the experience, and you would say, well, this works, this doesn't work, or this doesn't work as well. I mean, you had good feedback. And so all of those things just came together for me. And as I even told you at the beginning of the challenge, for me, I know the mechanics. I know the tools. It was the messaging, and that just really helped me not only make the decision and be okay with pivoting, but the messaging and how to switch gears, but still incorporate kind of what I love to do with tech, but still be able to fulfill a need in the market, where I believe people believe the problem is tech, but
Yeah.
the tech gets them going, but it's going to be the messaging that's going to take them to the next level. And I love
Yeah.
doing video, and so video's hot, whether it's live
Yeah.
streaming, recording your course
Yeah.
or a webinar. Video is video to me.
Yeah.
But but I understand the hesitancy and don't want to be on camera and all that other kind of stuff. So I'm working with you to nail that messaging part,
Yeah.
and that's been so helpful for me.
Brilliant.
So
Brilliant.
that's what,
Thank you.
for me, sets you apart from
Yeah.
other people.
Thank you so much.
So,
I really appreciate that feedback. I think that in this game, like you rightly said, there are going to be so many people who, and you're going to come across it, so many people who already know a lot, right? People are in different stages. Some are just starting, some are way ahead. And I think that for me, in doing the challenge and in just the way I work, um, I try not to think about that. And I think my main goal, I just say, Pam, just be yourself, just do you. Just do you. And I think that if you put your best foot forward, and if you are a person of integrity, it will show. It will show through the things that you do. It will show through the way that you deal with people. And like I always say, regarding storytelling and messaging and all of these things, what somebody has bought into you, they will buy from you, right?
right.
And so it makes sense to just put your best, just do you. And yeah, I really appreciate that feedback. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. And one last question, I think, because as I told you even beforehand, I've got to take a friend to the airport. That's the only reason why I'm up at this ungodly hour. That's not true. I still would have gotten up to do this. And this is maybe like a stat thing, but have you seen people from, whether it's, the beginning stages or even those that have had some experience, really get some wins from your challenge? I'm sure they have, but I'd like you to speak to it, especially for people that may be at the beginning stage. Technology. Gotta love it. There you go.
Oh, cat.
It happens. It happens.
I was throwing all sorts of shapes. Like, am I moving? Is the camera? I'm frozen. I'm frozen. I'm frozen.
I know. That's made plans, right?
Oh gosh, yes. Go ahead. I missed the question.
So I wanted you to speak to basically the levels of people that you have had in the challenges to,
okay.
Ensure maybe whether they're at the beginning stages or even, maybe a little bit more advanced on like getting the wins. Like I stated that I already believe that no matter what stage you're in, they can find benefit, but I wanted you to speak to it maybe from feedback or stats or something that you've gotten.
Yeah, it was really weird that the stages were very varied.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, we had some people who were just starting out, who are at the what I call the ideas phase, right? They just have an idea, and then we had some people who are at the next stage, which is the testing phase, and they have the idea now. They're ready to go to market, and it's okay. Now, how do I test this in the quickest way possible? Then we had people who were in phase number 3, the making money phase, where they've got the idea, they've tested it, they know this works, they have an offer. So a lot of the coaches who already have packages, they have an offer, and now it's a matter of, well, how do I get more clients? I have been getting clients. How do I get more of these types of clients? And then we also have people in the next stage up who are doing a lot of one-to-one work, who instead were thinking, well, how do I move into groups? So how do I leverage what I already have? So I had a few people who had really good services, Terry, and really were making amazing impact, but they weren't charging enough at all. They didn't see the value of what they were doing. They didn't see the value. They didn't see what they were really bringing to the world, and they didn't see how they could get paid more for what they were doing. And essentially they had created a business model that the only way I could describe it is that it would hold them down like with shackles, because there is no way with the current business model that they had that they would hit their money goal. And we did this thing called hot seats, which quite a few people joined. And in one of the hot seats, I literally, it was a 10-minute spot, and I just laid down for this specific person, and I said, look, what you're doing with this goal that you have, it is impossible to hit this goal with this specific strategy that you are using. But if you pivoted to this strategy, you have every chance of exceeding this goal. And to me, obviously, being, like you said, I've had a lot of skin in the game in different niches, doing different businesses, etc. To me, it's very easy to see, but I have to respect that a lot of people sometimes aren't able to see that bigger picture in their business, to see, oh my goodness, this is where I'm going wrong, and this goal that I have is a pipe dream unless I shift, unless I pivot, unless I start to move away from doing things the old way to actually doing it the new way. And that will help me to not only hit my goal, but actually exceed that goal. So yes, they're all at various different stages. But as I've shared just now, even without trying to, I am very blunt.
Yes. Like, yeah, that's not going to work there. But it's lovingly. And so it's easy to take. At least I thought so.
Yes. I tell the truth. I tell the
Yes,
truth.
yes.
But I don't leave people hanging. That's a huge part of my personality and a huge part of my faith, to be honest. I will never leave I will never open a can of worms and just leave it there. Go find yourself. No. If I open a can of worms and say, look, this isn't going well, it's because I have a solution to share with you. If you just try this instead, then it will. So I try to make sure that people leave when they do the hot seats with me, etc. That you leave knowing with clarity, and you leave feeling good,
Right.
about your journey, as opposed to thinking, oh crap, now what the heck am I going to do now?
Okay. I lied. I do have to go, but I got one last question. This is going to be the last question.
Okay. All right.
Because I know you talked to it, but you glazed over it, and I think a lot of people would be interested. And we don't really, I don't think it's addressed a lot in your 5 day challenge, but the short version is you spoke about how you're not on social media so much. And I think a lot of
Yes.
people would love to not be on social media, but still be
Yeah.
able to grow and build their business.
Yes. So I'll do. How do I do the short version? Because you've got to go. Okay. So a lot of people, a lot of people are very surprised when I say I'm not on social media, especially because it seems as if I'm always on social media. So the short version is I'm not on social media, but my business is. So
Yes.
very quickly, the way I work is once a month I sit down and I create only 4 pieces of content, just 4, one a week. Sometimes it's 2. And essentially, what I do is I repurpose that content in so many different ways. Terry, honestly, I'm saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. So we post on social media on every platform at least 3 times a day. So I have a team and I have tools that help me to do that. But because I have very, very young kids, I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, I can't afford to, I can't just be on social media. So I had to figure out ways of how do I come up with content really quickly. So to record a video, for example, I don't spend time scripting. I don't spend time rehearsing. I don't record, think about it, delete. No, once it's out, it's out. I don't care if I fluff. I'm not interested in being perfect. And that's how I got better and quicker and more efficient at bringing my message out, but just spending once a month creating all of the content that I need for the entire month. And then it's on a spreadsheet on Trello, and my team know exactly what to do with that. And I just show up sometimes to respond to comments because I like to do that myself. So I respond to comments, and when I'm doing live, of course, then I'm live. But otherwise, everything else that you see out there, which generates my business for me, have been thought of a month ago. And I just spend time doing other things that matter, which is being a mom and being a wife to me. And that's why this challenge, getting clients on autopilot, is very, very important, because like you said, a lot of people are in that position where, yes, money is important, and it's a very important part of life, and we all need it. But there are other areas of your life that you would rather be spending a lot more time into
Definitely.
your personal life, your kids, cooking, getting your hair done, for goodness sake, something, right? Besides writing and deleting and rewriting a post that only 2 people are going to read,
Correct.
right? Yes. So that's what the challenge does. I get to, yes, I glaze over it a little bit, but a huge part of my business and what we will move to in the mastermind, because you're in the mastermind,
Yes.
is a lot of that. How do I do this business, but, be a bit more hands-free?
Okay. All right. So I'm going to be a person of my word. That was the last question. I want to thank you so much for sitting down and talking to me, to your group, my group, all those others, everybody in the social media world, about your 5 day challenge. I can't say enough good positive things about it, and you're going to get something out of it. I don't care who shows up, what their level is, they're going to get something from it.
Yeah. Thank you, Terry. You have been fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. I know you've got to run to this airport.
Yes.
So
Thank
lots of
you.
love, lots of kisses. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you,
All right,
everybody. Thank you so
bye-bye.
much. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye.